I think people were surprised to see you in the album artwork with a lot of red and some rags. And did you feel like people had a negative reaction to that, but you were just like, fuck it, I'm doing my thing regardless?
If you remember Coog Nut kept a red flag, you know what I'm saying? This was Kumi.
Sure.
This was Coog Nut. This was everything we idolized. You feel me? Black Gorilla Family. Shout out to Black Gorilla Family. This was Kumi. This was the 415 thing. You know what I'm saying? And then my bounty hunter Bloodstain came in after that.
Oh, Blood, you was not from the set. On Nixon Gardens. On Payne, you was not from the set, champ. On Hunters, we don't even wear gold hair, none of that, champ. Like, stop playing with the hood, champ. On Bunny for something really, like, you feel me? Stop playing with the hood, champ. This shit for real. Niggas struggling and going through shit. You playing with the hood way somewhere else, Blood. Stop playing with the hood. On Blood, stop playing with the hood.
You feel what I'm saying? Everybody say I was supposed to fall in the lap of Jama and Big Ten, but I fell in the lap of Pyru. And there go our allies with 415, with this penitentiary thing and this up north thing.
Right.
Yep, I didn't feel nothing. This was Click Clack Gang. This was what I was pushing. This was what everybody respected, and that's what it was. I didn't feel no different.
It seems different, though, down where y'all from. Like, it ain't gangs, it's blocks.
Yeah, it's neighborhoods.
Crews, it's neighborhoods.
It's neighborhoods.
They don't really like gangbang, you know what I'm saying? It's families.
It's not a Crip and Blood thing in the Bay Area, bro. It's where you from, what city you from, what neighborhood you from in that city. Yeah. And that's what it always been, bro. You know, we had to, for years, it's crazy, because for years, bro, we had to really, you know, we one of the few neighborhoods that's a real neighborhood that don't got that. We had to fight that out our hood for years, our section, the Bay Area. You know, we went through a lot. And it wasn't like the flags didn't come down there. They used to try to come down there flagging and doing all that. Yeah. But it was up to us as the older OGs. Even my son, then, you know, we had to jump out on them at one time. Like, hey, nah, we not doing that out here. Don't
really
start that.
Bloods and Crips were trying to take over blocks over there, and the blocks
so
kind
of trying to take over, just the following.
The influence.
The influence. You know, everybody seeing it. Everybody want to be part of it. Everybody got a cousin from somewhere. They come down to the neighborhood, and he hanging in the neighborhood now. So we had times where the neighborhood had to go through make sure that, you know, that this don't get took over. You know, it was one of them things. But here to this day, the Bay Area has never been known for Crips and Bloods. It's always been a neighborhood thing.
That, you know, we're much more than that, you know. We were one city that didn't allow Crips and Bloods to come in here and migrate us and take us over.
Okay, that's something I always wondered about, and that's kind of the impression I got, is that we wasn't having that.
Wasn't having it. Ain't having it now.
Yeah, because our neighborhood structure was already ganged up.
Exactly.
Already with the business.
Yeah.
And we wasn't about to just go sign up to put a rag on. But do you know of that actually, people trying to attempt to do that up here?
I don't think that they tried it because they knew that it was people like, you know, people in Oakland. You had Little D, you had Ant Flowers, you know, you had guys like that, you know, that just wasn't going to go for it.
Yeah, I actually wanted to get your thoughts or your history with another Fillmore artist, which is Messy Marv. Did you ever have any relationship with Mess?
Yeah, man. What? When the people heard me diss Mess on a song or two, but it wasn't like that. Like, Mess tried to turn it to a Blood. We from Fillmore, man. This is an honor.
Just wanted the world to know that no Crips and Bloods here, but we still get down to it.
I be places. Got all the jewelry and shit on. Niggas done got on me. Crips done got on me. I'm talking about in numerous places. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck you talking about, bro? Like, oh, nigga, whoa, you, D-Mo, Mess, Phil. I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with that. The impact that he made, it didn't say that he a Blood. You know what I'm saying? Especially a nigga like me who fucking be in these penitentiaries and shit like that. That shit is, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, Because even in prison, I'm from Fillmore. You got blood niggas coming up to me like, oh yeah, bloody waters, and I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm from Fillmore. It's the Bay, nigga. Like, no disrespect to them, but nah, I'm not. Messy Marv he was fucking with y'all. Messy Marv was fucking with y'all. He a blood, but me and my niggas is not. It hinder a culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because other people don't know. They just listening to the music. You know what I'm saying? So they like, oh, Fillmore niggas is bloods, for she's not, nigga.
One thing that has always separated the Bay Area from places like Los Angeles is that Northern California historically never operated under the traditional Bloods versus Crips infrastructure the way down south did. Cities like San Francisco, Oakland, Vallejo, Richmond, and Sacramento built their own neighborhood-based identities, movements, and alliances that weren't dictated by nationally branded gang politics. That independence is a cultural cornerstone up here, and a point of pride that a lot of people feel was earned through resistance. So when Messi Marv, a rapper who openly reps Fillmore in San Francisco, decided to publicly align himself under the Bloods umbrella, many locals viewed it as more than just a personal decision. They saw it as a contradiction to the Bay's long-standing stance of autonomy. To some, it came off as importing Southern California politics into a region that intentionally fought to avoid that structure. In a place where neighborhood identity outweighs color-coded affiliations, that move felt like a departure from tradition. Now, to be fair, his reputation issues don't stem solely from that affiliation. Messi Marv has had a number of controversies over the years that shaped public perception. However, that alignment did appear to create a subtle but noticeable shift in how he was received locally. It wasn't always outright rejection, more like a lowered level of cultural respect, or people looking at him sideways for stepping outside of what many consider Bay norms. There's also a real-world implications component. When a public figure ties a specific neighborhood, like Fillmore, to a national gang identity, it can unintentionally misrepresent the area to outsiders. Someone from out of state might now assume Fillmore is universally blood-affiliated, which is inaccurate. That kind of perception gap can create unnecessary risk for residents who have nothing to do with those politics, but may now be profiled or approached under false assumptions. From an industry standpoint, some artists do believe that aligning with a nationally recognized gang identity can expand reach beyond regional markets. It can open doors to new audiences who already identify with those affiliations, creating instant cultural alignment in cities far beyond the Bay. But the trade-off is often local authenticity, and in the Bay, authenticity carries serious weight. For a platform like In Yo Business, this becomes an important cultural discussion. Did that move help his national visibility at the expense of local respect? Or was it a strategic decision that ultimately broadened his appeal beyond Northern California's independent framework? Drop your perspective in the comments. Did Messi Marv joining a gang hurt his legacy and music? Or was it a calculated move that made sense for his career trajectory? And stay locked in with In Yo Business for more Bay-focused breakdowns on the politics behind the culture.